Shalom, shalom. How's everybody doing today? Tonight? Sorry for the late video, but I'm not sorry. I gotta do what I gotta do, but I will feed you. And this is a good topic I want to go into. I'm pretty sure y'all seen the thumbnail, huh? How to deal with white people, right? And who is Esau Edom? This book is really good. Right there. Both of these books are cool. You got Charles A. Wiseman, right? You got the IE, EI in there, you know what I'm saying? And you got the Goldberg, you know what I'm saying? David Goldberg. 2009, How to Deal with White People, and 1991, I believe, with Who is Esau Edom. These books are very important. They were wrote by so-called Edomites, not so-called Edomites, so-called white men. It's a lot. Some Israelite brothers like this brother's going off. So-called white man. Okay. Um, who is Edom? And first and foremost, I will always like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for he is worthy to be praised for all things. Holy, holy, holy to his name. All right? Holy to his name, man. Whew. He cannot be exalted enough. You know what I mean? The earth is bringing us this information, and the Most High is putting it out there. And that so we can put it out there for you. All right? And as always, Colossians. Let me erase some stuff. As always, Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father. Basham. Hamashiach Yahushua. Not Shem, Sham. All right, Basham. Hamashiach Yahushua. Whatever we do, whatever we say, we do it all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High. Basham. Hamashiach Yahushua. And why? Is because nobody has seen the Father but the Son, right? And the Father has sent the Son to us. And whatever we want to say to the Most High, we got to do it in the name of Basham, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay? John 14:6. Just to prove otherwise. John chapter 14 and verse 6. And it reads, Hamashiach Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So whatever you say and whatever you do, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father Basham, Hamashiach Yahushua. Why? Because the only way to the Most High is through the Son. And I got to bring this one. It's another beautiful precept out, you know, by our King Hamashiach Yahushua, all right? John 6:43-45. Why? Because the only way to the Most High is by Shem Hamashiach Yahushua, and the only way to Hamashiach Yahushua is through the Father. Okay? John 6:43. Hamashiach Yahushua therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him. Right? And I will raise him up at the last day. Right? So the only way to Hamashiach Yahushua is the Most High. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of the Most High. Every man therefore that hath heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. And that's a big question that, you know, Shield of Wisdom, the brothers that represent Shield of Wisdom, we ask a lot of people, do you know the Most High? Right? Because you're supposed to fear the Most High and talk about the Most High. And he will draw you to Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? see. This is Exodus 23 and 20. And not to deviate, but Exodus 23 and 20, because the Most High will draw you unto him. Everybody that's learned of the Most High, he will draw you to him. Right? This is Exodus 23 and 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. When you hear a voice, you hear what? Words. This is the word of the Most High. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Right? But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, again, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, why? Because he speaks the words of the Most High. Then will I be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For my angel, singular, shall go before thee and bring thee into the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Now, I'm not going to go any further into showing you Hamashiach Yahushua, because when you learn of the Most High, he will draw you to Hamashiach Yahushua. So when he said, well, that's why one of the reasons why we go Colossians 3 and 17. So it's so whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all Ba'Shem Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High. Ba'Shem Hamashiach Yahushua. All right? No man can go to the Father but by Hamashiach Yahushua. And no man can come to the Son, at least the Most High draw you unto him. Every man that have learned of the Father, he will draw you unto Hamashiach Yahushua. So now let's get to the lesson at hand. Right? Come on. So, as you see, the name of this video is, how do you identify a fool? The same way you identify the wicked. That's how you identify a fool. All right? So I'm going to go to Psalms 5 and 5. The foolish shall not stand in thine sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Now, this person, this man or woman, will work iniquity. They will work it. And the reason why you work something and you constantly do it is be like, man, you just work stupidity. You be telling brothers, you work stupidity. That means this they don't listen. They always being stupid because they don't take instructions, bro. You just work stupidity. So the Most High says they work iniquity. So you can't be righteous working iniquity. They work it. They constantly do it. They just do it because they lack instructions. And we're going to find out. And I am going to point out to you through the Spirit of the Most High, which is Hamashiach Yahushua, right? And what the Holy Spirit done showed me, which is Hamashiach Yahushua, is Psalms 5 and 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Right? So after Psalms 5 and 5, we go into defining what a fool is and how we define the wicked by defining a fool. Right? So let's go to Proverbs 1 and 7. Everybody turn to Proverbs 1 and 7. Because we're going to define a fool. Okay? And stay with me. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. That's a fool. And we just got done reading, thou hatest all workers of iniquity. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. And that kills the Christian church. What Zaquan like to call Christian sanity, right? Bunch of stupid people. Christian sanity. I'm not saying this to be an insult to you. That's just the name of the word when you look it up. And don't go into Google. Okay? Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Right? I like to call this a science book because science means to know. To know means knowledge. Knowledge means wisdom, understanding, and discernment. Science book. It is a science book. Okay? So let's give an example. 1 Samuel 13 and 13. Because as I just read in Psalms 5 and 5, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. You start to work iniquity what? When you despise wisdom and instructions. Wisdom is the compile of not wisdom, but I'm sorry, excuse me. Wisdom is the compile of knowledge that you've compiled throughout the years. All this knowledge and all these instructions that you got from the Most High and everything that you've got and you've compiled in your head. Wisdom is when you start to apply it. Wisdom is when you start to apply it. That's wisdom. From all the compiling of knowledge that you've accumulated throughout the years, you learn how to apply it. That's when you have wisdom. Right? Proverbs 1 and 7, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instructions. 1 Samuel 13 and 13. Let's get it. It's the book of 1 Samuel chapter 13 and verse 13. And Samuel said to Saul, Thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandments of the Most High thy power, which he commanded thee. For now would the Most High have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. He's been a fool. He has not kept the commandments of the Most High. Proverbs 1 and 7, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. That was just an example of a man not keeping instructions and what he ought to do. He is supposed to knock off all the Edomites. And he didn't do it. See why we're going through what we're going through. Right? Hosea 4 and 6. For my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee. The compiling of instruction and understanding. You despise wisdom and instruction. You despise how to properly navigate through life by using the knowledge and accumulated instructions that the Most High have given you. And this is a cut to a lot of people and myself. I am no different. I'm just trying to get the blood off my hands. And because I love my people. Psalms 5 and 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Deception. Speak deception. Leasing. Deception. Just always have to see double tongue. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Most High will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. Wee. See? And all this can be avoided by the compiling of knowledge and instructions. Proverbs 6 and 23. And this is a bar right here. This is a bar. And remember this real quick before we go there. The foolish shall not stand, Psalms 5 and 5, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. So that's why I go to Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp, right? And that lamp you plug it in, right? And the law is light. You got the bulb, it's light, it shines. and reproof of instructions are the way of life. Bars. It should shine on you. The wisdom, which is the law of the Most High, should shine on you. See, this is how you recognize a fool and a person that works in iniquity. They're not following these instructions. They're not using wisdom. They're not properly applying the knowledge that they've accumulated. And those who don't even want it. Right? So defining the word wicked with what? Let's go to Psalm 7 and 11 real quick. The Most High judges the righteous. Right? So let's define righteous real quick before we keep going. Psalms 119 to 172. Psalms 119, verse 172. Let's get it. Psalms 119, 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, what the instructions, the knowledge, and apply wisdom to people. For all thy commandments are righteousness. Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High judges the righteous, those who keep the commandments, the instructions of life. Reproof of instructions are the way of life. The Most High judges the righteous, and Most High is angry with the wicked every day. Opposite of righteousness. So that's how we define righteousness. That way we can tell who the righteous is and who are the wicked. On top of that, we will be able to tell why the Most High is angry with the wicked, because they don't want to take instructions. They don't want the knowledge so they can live. But remember this. Psalms 147 and verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. See? It can be explained in the easiest ways why the Most High is pissed off with Jacob right now. And why we are dying in record numbers. And nobody respects us, but they love our culture. You see what I'm saying? The Most High dwelleth in the kingdom of men, the book of Daniel. Remember, for all thy commandments are righteousness. Right? Psalm 70 and 11. The Most High judges the righteous, those that keep the commandments. And Most High is angry with the wicked every day, those who work iniquity. They lack instructions. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. That's a fool. This is how you recognize. They don't want to, they just don't want to take instructions, man. They don't want to take instructions. Don't let that be you. Proverbs 1:7, fools despise wisdom and instructions, right? But watch this. Proverbs 9 and 10. Proverbs 9 and 10. Proverbs 1 and 7, fools despise wisdom and instructions. But we go to Proverbs 5 and 10. Whoops, not Proverbs 5. Proverbs 9 and 10. Not 5 and 10. Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Holy, holy, holy. The knowledge of the holy, we call those high. Holy, holy, holy. The knowledge of the holy is understanding. So how do we define holy? And it's not set apart. Y'all can't keep. I'm thinking a blue letter Bible is the end all be all, man. The precepts defining each other. When y'all start defining these precepts in the scriptures, y'all start finding things out. How do we define holy? Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 7. 7 verse 12. Salah. 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Remember that. And just and good. So when we read, for the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Proverbs 9 and 10. For the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Those who keep the commandments of the Most High. His instructions. Those who keep the instructions of the Most High. That's the holy. Not set apart. That's the holy. Just and good. I'm not going to dare call myself good or righteous. I will dare not make myself one of the number. And that goes to brothers and sisters always talking about when I get to the kingdom. When I get to the kingdom, I'm going to do this. Nah, man, dare not make thyself one of the number. And they start talking about I'm gonna kill some slaves and all this other stuff. Nah, don't dare make yourself none of the number, man. Don't do that. Not a right thing to do at all. So again, how do we identify the wicked? It is the same way you identify a fool. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. Fools despise the brothers that have this accumulated knowledge from over the years, and they know how to apply it, and they see it on you. And you don't want to hear the instructions that they give you to stop doing what they do because they already been through it. And that's why the YNs in the truth, they don't listen to the elders because you got other cats who were the YNs before the YNs came in and they don't listen to the elders. They lack wisdom and instruction. They know the precepts, but they ain't teaching it right because they don't know how to listen themselves. And they're not even approachable and they won't listen. And they're arrogant and stupid. Arrogant as hell. Proverbs 1:8, my son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. It's like your mom telling you to do something. You be listening to your mama. A lot of y'all are son husbands. You won't listen to it. That's why the Most High said the law of thy mother. Because you would listen to your mama. Hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. That's the first teacher of the family. She gonna tell you what to do, baby. Don't do this. She gonna tell you the law while your father is instructing you to do something, and she's gonna teach you the law. Like your daddy's right. That's law, baby. Oh, it is. Yeah, your daddy telling you law. Then they gonna start listening to their father because they know everything that the father say is the law. Because their mama teaching them the law while the father's instructing them. Proverbs 4:7, real quick. Wisdom is the principal thing, the proper application of knowledge. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. There you go. That word just kept slipping my tongue out saying knowledge, man. Understanding. Understanding of the knowledge you are reading, understanding of everything that you read when it comes to the scriptures. The compiling of understanding gives you knowledge. And when you start to understand the knowledge of them, that's where wisdom comes in when you understand how to apply it. Wisdom, Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. We're almost there to these books. And I won't be all night with it. I'm going to try to do a good 30, 40 minutes and I'm out. Now, this is when you break out the books written by white folks. This is that time. This is that time. Right? Let me turn to my pages real quick. Right there. Got my pages turned. Man, we about to get into the milk and potatoes of this. Book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. Man, we about to go in. We about to go in. About to go in. About to go in. Two different books, two different folks. Understanding and noticing the same thing. Understanding and noticing the same thing. Right? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who's the wicked? How do you identify the wicked? The same way you identify a fool. And how do you identify a fool? The same way you identify the wicked. They don't take instruction. They don't listen. They want to do what they want to do. And the Most High dwelleth in the kingdom of men. How about that? Psalms 11:2. For lo, the wicked bend their bow. Ooh, got the bow. That is people sitting down together thinking about something. Oh, they trying to fire something. Watch this. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privately shoot at the upright in heart. Ooh. Who's the upright in heart, man? Let's go to Psalms 11:7 real quick. The book of Psalms, chapter 11 and verse 7. The Most High judges the righteous. The Most High is angry with the wicked every day. Psalms 11:2. For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privately shoot at the upright in heart. So, what are they shooting at the upright in heart? Deception. And privately, too. So when we read these books, this is privately. So because how you hide something from a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian? You put it in a book. Privately. So when we read these, it's like, a good shot to the heart. I knew they was lying. Because everybody ain't reading the books. They don't have time. They just... How you say that? Lazy. Not lazy, it's another word, but they're lazy. They don't want to read. Tired. They don't want to read all this stuff, man. It takes time. And they got to go to work the next day. They make ready the arrow upon the string, that they may privately shoot at the upright in heart. So I'm over here in who is Esau Edom? I'm going to read that first. Who is Esau Edom? And I'm on page 9. And I'm going to go to the origins of the Jews. Not Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Reuben, Simeon, Issachar, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim, Zebulun, Asher, and Naphtali. Judah's just one tribe, man. What about the other 11? See? Think about that. Page 9. The origins of the Jews. The Jews of today fall within two main types. The Seraphitic Jew and the Ashkenazi Jew. This is written by Charles A. Wiseman. The Sephardim are also known as Spanish Jews. Remember, the Moors ruled Spain before the Spaniards, the so-called Caucasians, so-called white men, and they were kicked out after a while. The Sephardim are also known as Spanish Jews and constitute 5% of Jews in the world. Now, the Ashkenazim are the East European Jews, which are found in Poland. Who's that president? Bibi Netanyahu, whatever. He's from Poland. Russia. What's in Russia? Russia, Georgia, the Caucasus Mountains. Germany. I don't even get it why they go so hard on the Germans, but don't go so hard on the Romans. And today they're just the Italians today. Crazy, huh? In Western Asia, this group of Jews make up 90% of the so-called Jews in the world. Many reference and historical sources have unequivocally identified the bulk of the Ashkenazi Jews were derived from the people known as Khazars, as Khazars, or Khazars, Chazars in some texts. The original Jewish Encyclopedia of 1905 revealed that the main stock of the Jews came from this Asiatic people known as the Khazars or Khazars. Khazars, a people of Turkish origin whose life and history are interwoven with the very beginning of the history of the Jews of Russia. Caucasus Mountains. Historical evidence points to the region of the Urals of the home of Khazars. Now remember, when I said this, you guys, the Ashkenazim are the East European Jews, which were found in Poland, Russia, Germany, and Western Asia. Let's skip to the books. Bam. Skip to the books. Skip to the books. Let me let you see it. Skip to the books. References. Okay? Identifying whites by name. This is the subject of this page and page 11. Identifying whites by name. I'm going to start down here. To help you place Jewish people by name, look for names that have the IE in it, IE in them, such as Wise, Klein, Stein, or Lieb. You can also take note of names with Berg or man at the end, like Barchman or Gorman, gold or silver. Jewish people are very important to understand the current state of world. It is in your absolute best interest to learn as much as you can about them, from surname variations to the influence they wield. Money, banking, entertainment, information, news, rap music, R&B, banking, Wells Fargo, money. You see what I'm saying? These are all industries that are controlled and run by Jewish people. You can get nothing done in this world without being Jewish approved. Take it from a Jewish kid. This is David Goldberg that said this. Take it from a Jewish kid. There are many other ethnicities to help you identify whites by surname. Holy still, he's calling them white. There are many other ethnicities to help you identify whites by surname. Polish, Russian, Norwegian, Armenian, etc. Oh, hold on. When we went to the book of who is Esau Edom, right? And the origins of the Jews, page 9. The Ashkenazim are the Eastern European Jews, which were found in Poland, Russia, Germany, and Western Asia. This group This group of Jews make up 90% of the so-called Jews in the world. So he said this different person said the same thing over here. He said there are on page 12. There are many other ethnicities to help you identify whites by surname. Say, calling them white. Polish, Russian, Norwegian, calling them white. Armenian, etc. This is just an overview. It benefits you to know exactly what type of white person you are dealing with and the ethnicity that they claim. And the ethnicity that they claim. They're claiming to be somebody else, is what Goldberg is telling you. And this person right here, which is Wiseman, and you know them by their names. This is Charles Wiseman. This is a Jewish guy, right? To help you place on how to deal with white people, page 11 at the bottom, to help you place Jewish people by name, look for names that have the IE in them. So this is how we know this is a Jewish person, the IE. Now watch. Such as Wise, this is Wiseman. Wise, Klein, Stein, or Lib. You can also take note of the names with Berg and or Man at the end, like Barkman, Gorman, Gold, or Silver. Telling on each other. These are the arrows that they shoot at the upright and heart privately. And when we read these books, we like, damn, now we got to get it out to y'all. You see what I'm saying? To let y'all know they shooting at you privately. And I'm trying to be the most upright as I can. I never call myself one. I would never make myself one of the righteous. But I do understand what they mean by the upright in heart, in my mind. Psalms 112. Psalms 11 and verse 2. Book of Psalms, chapter 11 and verse 2. For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privately shoot at the upright heart. These are the arrows they shooting at us, man. Ha 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 ha. And it's up to the Most High and Hamashiach Yahushua to put the Spirit on us, which Hamashiach Yahushua is the Holy Spirit. You know, I will come to you. You know, skip up to verse 5. The Most High trieth the righteous, those that keep the commandments. But the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hated, those that work iniquity. Damn. Our people, yeah, but damn. The Most High is lifting up their skirts so you can see the things that they do. Because they shoot us in privately, and we come with these videos to tell y'all. But the wicked and him that loveth violence is so hated. Verse 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, traps. Ha ha. My men that I put the Spirit on, they got you. They got you. Or other traps in the world. Look what's going on. Iran is raining nukes on Israel. Israel was getting the other fake people that were over there in the land that's not theirs, which are ours, and Israel is knocking them out. Now Iran is shooting at them. Boom, 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 boom. Russia gonna get involved in a minute. That's when America really gonna be puckering up them lips. They really gonna be puckering up their little poop. Will come over here with the vengeance. Psalms 11 and 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest, destruction. See? On there right now what's going on. Destruction. And our people. Traps. Look at the so-called Azteca right now. Traps. Because they despise wisdom and instruction. Look at the traps that Judah's falling into, the so-called black man right now. Traps. and horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. Verse 7, for the righteous, the Most High loveth righteousness. His countenance doeth behold the upright. See? The upright is the righteous. Because when you go to Psalms 11 and 2, for lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privately shoot at the upright in heart. So when you go to verse 7, Psalms 11 and 7, for the righteous Most High loveth righteousness. His countenance do behold the upright. Those that keep the commandments is the upright. All you gotta do is see, and then when you go to Hosea 5 and 15, he said, Most High said, I will go to my place until they acknowledge their offense. You offend the Most High because you're a fool and you despise wisdom and instructions. This is how you spot a fool, the same way you spot the wicked. And this is how you spot the wicked, the same way you spot a fool. And another way how you transgress the Most High's law, Daniel 9 and 11. Book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11. Yea, yeah, all Israel have transgressed against thy law, even by departing, that they may not obey thy voice. Who? That's Hamashiach Yahushai, the angel in the wilderness. Remember, he said, my voice will go before thee, right? I got to show you this real quick, man. This is beautiful. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. First Corinthians 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drink of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Hamashiach Yahushua. See, now when you go to Exodus 23 and 20, and it reads, behold, I send an angel before thee, that's Hamashiach Yahushua, to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. But if thou shalt not indeed obey his voice, and what comes of voice come words, he's telling you about the Most High, and do all that I speak, because he has the word of the Most High, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary. Hold on, sorry. But if thou, verse 22, but if thou indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversary. For mine angel shall go before thee, Hamashiach Yahushua, and bring thee into the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites. So when I go to Daniel 11, verse 12, Daniel chapter 9, verse 11 to 12. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice, which is a Mashiach Yahushua. And we still ain't obeying them till today. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. He shall lay before you a blessing and a curse. And the oath that is written in the law of Mashah, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he hath confirmed his words by who? Hamashiach Yahushua, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as it hath been done upon Jerusalem. And why? Y'all got to understand, these nations know who we are. And they know why we go, they know the stuff that we go through and why we go through it. Ezekiel 39:23. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23, it reads, And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them. But the Most High said in Psalms 11:7, For the righteous Most High loveth righteousness. His countenance do behold the upright. But Ezekiel 39:23, the Most High said, Because they trespassed against me, therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. How? Because we offended the Most High. So this happened, verse 24. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore thus saith the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. Holy, holy, holy is the Most High. Jealous for his name. Yasharallah. So, no, the upright are they who keep the commandments, which is they who are called the righteous. Dare not make thyself one of the righteous. Psalm 119:172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. So I'm going to end it right there. It's time to wrap it up, call it a night, and understand. Class, listen. How do we spot a fool? Same way you spot the wicked. How do you spot a wicked man or woman? The same way you spot a what? Bam. Don't be a fool. And with that, shalom.